stand to sing our opening song, In the Light, in the Love, in the Glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. I am as God created me. In the light, in the love, in the glory. I am as God created me, in the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory. In the light, in the love, in the glory, I am.
Good morning. I'm Reverend Stephanie, and welcome to CSL Rogue Valley in partnership with Medford Unity. Our senior minister, Reverend Kimberly Hawkins, is having a much-deserved vacation in Spain with Vivian. And thank you to everybody who came to Vivian's retirement party last year and contributed funds, because that was enough to get Vivian to Spain. So thank you very much for your contribution. And it's my honor to be presiding this morning and hosting our wonderful guest speaker, Marla Estes, and I'm going to introduce her later. But I can tell you now, we're in for a treat. Except that I have something really challenging to communicate with you. Some of you know the situation already. We have some plumbing that's not working, and so for now, the bathrooms are closed. We've got a solution in motion. I'm hoping that we can get a plumber here this morning, ASAP, to fix the problem. But if not, then not. So I just want to suggest, if you feel like you need the bathroom and you're not going to be able to use it here, then I'm sorry, I'm going to have to ask you to go, and I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that, but I just want to ask you to take care of yourself in the way that you know you can. Seeing maybe an update from Terry. Is there an update, Terry?
My neighbor's on his way.
Oh, fantastic. That's fantastic. Thank you. Prayer works, friends. Prayer works, yeah. So we're going to keep on praying for divine flow, but in the system. In the system. Divine flow in the system. I don't want you praying for divine flow like amorphously. It's got to be in the system. All right. So we are moving right along. We are an inclusive, spiritually progressive faith community, and we welcome each of you, no matter where you may happen to be on your personal spiritual journey. I also want to welcome you if you are watching on the live stream, and it's good to have you with us. If you're here for the very first time, we want to offer you a very special welcome. Would you please raise your hand so we can recognize you? We've got a few new people today. Thank you. Welcome. And if you wouldn't mind, please keep your hand up, because we have some ambassadors who will come around and give you a welcome packet. So just keep your hand up if you're a new person today. Our musicians this morning are Anton Miserak and Laura Berryhill. And the minister who did our meditation this morning is Reverend Laura Stewart. Thank you for doing that, Laura. And right now, Laura's holding the high watch for us, which means she's praying for each of you here throughout the service and praying for the building and the bathroom. She's got a big job on her hands. So I want to remind you now to please turn off your cell phones. And Lauren, when I sit down, can you remind me to turn off mine, please? Thank you. Or put them in airplane mode. And let's just take a collective deep breath together. And we'll allow the music to take us inwards as we prepare for the invocation. So I'd like you to hold your applause after this song, and we'll go directly into prayer when our musicians are complete. Thank you.
We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit, who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. Who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit, who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. Who has many names, yet is beyond all name and form. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. We come together for healing, revealing who we are. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit. We sing in the name of the one, eternal, infinite Spirit.
And so just allowing the music to take us ever more deeply inward. We let go of anything and everything that might be happening outside this sacred space. We turn aside from the outer world entirely, the world of human conditions and circumstances, problems, challenges, difficulties, everything that's going on outside. And we know as we move further inwards that there is only one power. It is the one power, the one presence that guides, governs, and directs the entire universe. It is the one and only. It is never in conflict with itself, never separated from itself, never poor, sick, or unhappy. The one power, the one presence is pure love, intelligence, pure wholeness, pure joy, pure peace, pure freedom. It is pure awareness. And it is aware of itself in, through, and as me, and aware of itself in, through, and as every sacred soul in this sanctuary and all those who are watching on the live stream. Each one here is a magnificent individualization of the one. And I know that we have come together this day by divine appointment. We've come together in order to remember and to reveal the infinite oneness from which we come. So I'm blessing this sacred service and everything that is unfolding here in alignment with love and purpose and beauty and joy and peace and wholeness and well-being. Something magnificent is unfolding here that could not have happened unless we were to have gathered this morning. And I bless our speaker this morning, Marla Estes, and know that her message is a message that touches everybody's heart, that her message is uplifting. It is a reminder of the sacred unity that binds us all. I know that she is a perfect mouthpiece for this holy word that moves through her with ease and effortless grace. I bless our musicians, all of the service personnel, everyone who has volunteered this morning to make this service a magnificent expression of divine love and light. I bless our building and know that every single aspect, every molecule of the building is a divine molecule. Everything is created from the one power and presence, and everything functions in alignment with the essential nature of its being. That is the truth of everything here. So I bless our service, I name it good, I give thanks for the magnificent power that is unleashing itself here through and as us. I bless it all, I name it good, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. So our reading this morning is taken from the Ernest Holmes Science of Mind textbook. And it's called The Unity of Life. The unity of the spirit is kept through the bonds of peace. Other than peace suggests confusion and separation. The spirit is a perfect unit, and we harmonize with this unity when we maintain a state of peace in our minds. There is one body and one spirit. The entire creation is this body, the body of God, who is one spirit. Within this one body are all bodies. That is, within the one creation, which is the product of the one spirit, are all bodies. We have learned that all material forms come from one ultimate substance. Any special body is some manifestation of this original stuff. The original substance takes many forms, multiplicity, or many within unity, or the one. One life behind all lives. One, never two. The unity of all life. To learn this is to know the secret of the ages. Here is a mystical saying: God is in all, through all, and above all, which means that we partake of the one life. It is all of us, but we are not all of this life. No individual can exhaust the divine nature, but all live by, in, and through it. It is in us, but also above us. It is in us, but also below us. It is in us, but also around us. It is what we are, but infinitely more than we are. We shall ever ascend into a greater expression of this one, but we can never completely encompass it. This is a glorious concept, and one which fills us with wonder at the majesty of our own being. Thank you.
The stories of our lives are happening between us here. The searching and the longing for intimate truth revealed so clear, revealed so clear. In this life, in all that we are, we give of our imaginations, our beauties and our scars. The stories of our lives are happening between us here. The searching and the longing for intimate truth revealed so clear, revealed so clear. How deeply we live if we dare to dream the magic into being, our hearts open to share. Look at me, look into my heart, see the mirror of your being. There's no standing apart. The stories of our lives are happening between us here. The searching and the longing for intimate truth revealed so clear, revealed so clear, revealed so clear, revealed so clear.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. So how many of you have already met our guest speaker, Marla Estes? Oh, you got a fan club already here. That's fantastic, fantastic. So I remember meeting her when you came, Marla, about 2 years ago, and you showed a movie called Better Together. Is that right? Is that the name of the movie? Oh, Divided We Fall. Okay. So Divided We Fall, but we're better together. Yeah. It's a new movie. Okay. All right. So that's when I met her, and I was really impressed with the way that she is able to magnificently facilitate a group. Haven't actually heard her do a talk, so that's in store for us today. But let me give you a bit of background. Marla Estes is the founder of Building Bridges. Now, you can't hear that with my English accent, but it's Bridgers. Bridgers. Which is important because it's not just bridges, it's building the people who build the bridges, and that's important. A community initiative that helps people develop the awareness and skills to navigate differences with greater understanding and humanity. Through workshops, film series, and conversations, she invites us to expand perspective, deepen empathy, and live our lives more fully in a complex world. So please join with me in giving Marla a wonderful round of applause and a welcome. Thank you.
Can you hear me? First of all, I am just taking in the beauty in this room, and thank you so much for coming. I really just want to take a moment. I am going to position myself near the slides because they are also my notes. Oh, they are also my notes, so So thank you for coming. Oops, excuse me. Thanks, Jordan. Excellent. I do. I need a long leash. So thank you for coming to this presentation of finding our ways back to each other. And the question is, if we are all one, why is it so difficult to act as if we were? Slide. So I think one of the main problems or obstacles to living as if we are all one is our stories. The stories we tell about others, stories we tell about other groups, the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves and our groups. Slide. So stories are natural to us. They're not wrong or bad. They're the way that we try to make sense out of the world and navigate and understand, right? We're meaning-making mammals. Slide. But stories are never just stories. Slide. We map our stories into what we see in front of us. So if I already have a belief, because our stories become our beliefs. So if I have a belief about something or a group of people or an event, and the event presents itself, I've already decided what I think about it. I'm projecting what I believe onto what's happening, and I interpret it that way. It doesn't feel like a story to us. It feels true. Slide. So now we're going to have a little interaction. This is a 1-minute clip. There is no sound, so don't worry about that. And just notice what you notice as you watch. So I just want to open it up a minute, popcorn style. I want to hear a few answers of how you interpreted this little video. Don't be shy. Conflict. Sorry? Confrontation. Emotion. Bully. Aggressive.
Looks like how dogs sometimes interact.
Dog interaction, okay? Not wanting to be boxed in, okay? Yes?
I'm glad the two had enough self-care to get the hell out of Dodge.
Okay, did you all hear that? He was glad the two had enough self-care to get out of Dodge. Anybody else? Okay. Freedom? Okay. Great. So already we can see there's a lot of ways to interpret. But as somebody in one of my prior classes said, I thought they were just geometric shapes playing with each other. I want to illustrate that that's what we do, right? In fact, they are just shapes, but we put a story onto them. That's what humans do. Okay, next slide, please. So I want to tell you the story of my story. And that is that when I was very young, as a child and then into my adolescence, I had a lot of bad experiences with men. And what I concluded is that all men, no matter how upstanding they looked, had an underbelly, and that was going to come out at some point. And by the way, well, I'm going to preempt my story because I've changed, and I do want to make a collective apology to men, you know, and you men in the audience by proxy for the way that I was prejudiced before. Anyway, to continue. So what happened is, cut to when I was 30 years old, I got married to a wonderful man named Tom, who had no underbelly and was a great guy. And then I had 3 sons. And I thought I had just enough self-awareness to realize that I did not want to inflict that on Tom, my beliefs and my story. And I didn't want to imprint my sons with that. So I worked very hard. I went into a long-term therapy where my therapist really helped me with my distortion. You know, there's a thing called psychological splitting, where we make things all good or all bad, or all right or all wrong. It's actually how we're wired because it's easier to process. But what my therapist helped me do is nudge myself towards nuance. So I went from black and white thinking, all men unsafe, all women safe, to, you know, not everyone in every group is all the same. I mean, and that's what we tend to do in different situations. The other thing I did is that I created a film class. I used to give film classes called Exploring the Masculine Through Film. And I took 2 separate groups of women over 9 months, 1 film a month, looking at different films showing male experience. And to a person in those 2 groups, all women, our needles moved further towards understanding men and not demonizing them, frankly. And I also took tango lessons, which I'm really proud about, which really helped. And I started having just friendships with males, like, you know, coffee and just friends, no romance, all of that. But, slide please. As in the movies I love, there was a big twist that just happened a month ago. So what happened is I got engaged to do this talk today about 2 months ago, and I started preparing it, and I thought I was, you know, going to do a certain thing. Then I started reading my journals from the time I was 17 to 25. I need to take a moment. It was so shocking how I misremembered, what I forgot, how my story, which had already started changing, but it didn't map to what really happened. But I couldn't, it was written. That was me at 17, 18, writing this. So what I found out is that, oh, and I also found out that I saw how we all, we're programmed. This isn't like a moral failing, where we're like lawyers. You know, we capture the evidence to build our case. So if men were unsafe, like my memory was picking out all the ways they weren't. So that did happen. Bad things did happen. But also there were so many great men in my life. And I was reading this thinking, oh my gosh, I felt like I had amnesia or something. There were great men in my life. And you know what? I wasn't very nice. I was cruel myself to some of these guys who were nice guys. So it really took me a moment to really realize that we have to question our stories. Our stories create our beliefs. And part of the thing that I try to encourage people to do is build the inner capacity to really have a good look at these things, because it can be destabilizing. Next slide, please. So we can see that our stories become our filters, right? They become our shorthand about life and shortcuts, but they shape what we notice. But more and more I'm realizing they shape what we don't see. They shape our blind spots. Next, please. Our reactions, our reactivity, are driven by the stories we tell ourselves about others, about ourselves, and what we leave out, just like I did. Slide. And here's another point. When we have shared stories with a like-minded group, it's comforting, it's stabilizing, it feels true. It's something we do naturally. Again, nothing wrong with this. But they also can reinforce a one-sided story. Just let it land, because we all have blind spots. And when we reinforce these stories, we're also creating shared blind spots. Next, please. I've coming to think, this is just in the last month, that our shared blind spots might be more impactful than our shared beliefs. Because what it means is that we are unconsciously, most of this is unconscious until we make it conscious, and then we can catch ourselves, right? But what it is with groupthink, it's like there's a tacit, unconscious, unspoken agreement to ignore inconvenient truths. Could be about, if we're talking about sides, it could be about the other side, it could be about our own side, right? Slide. So if we are all one, why is it so hard to live like we are? The problem isn't necessarily that we don't believe it, but it's that when we project our story and our beliefs onto someone or a group, or even as someone who we think is a part of a group, we do not see them for who they really are. Next. Stories help us make sense of life. I've said that before. But they also can make it harder for us to live like we are all one. Does that land? Does that make sense? Okay, next. I think a part of spiritual maturity is noticing the stories we tell ourselves, but then going beyond that to see other stories. Many stories can be true at once. It isn't that one story needs to invalidate another. One story is right and the rest of them are wrong. And maybe it allows us to go into even a bigger story, that we are all one. Next. When I first started this work about 10 years ago, I ran across this quote. If I thought the country should be less polarized, and I do, I would have to start with being less polarized myself. And honestly, this has become my guiding, my what do they call it? The North Star, my GPS, both internally and externally. I think what every one of us can do, anyone can do this. We don't need someone else to be different. We can look at how we're polarized within and work on depolarizing ourselves. Next.
What do you mean by
Polarized. Okay, so in politics, polarization are like the two sides. Like my side's team good and that side is team evil. It's taking things into black and white instead of nuance. Is that making sense for you now? No. Like how our politics are polarized in this? Do you see that? I hear that. Yeah, so it's like we're enemies, right? It's us versus them. That's called polarization. Is that, okay. Thank you for asking, because I'll do this better next time. So where do I start? Let's see, next slide. So first, notice that something's happening. I'm getting triggered, I'm getting judgmental, I'm getting critical, I'm getting angry. Notice your own reactivity, that's the first step. Second, pause. What might I be missing here? What might my blind spots be? And thirdly, look again. What story might I be telling myself? What belief system might I be imposing on this situation? Slide, please. So I want you to take a moment now, and this is just for yourself. Think of a recent interaction with someone with whom you disagreed or got triggered by or judged. What story were you telling yourself? What belief were you bringing to the situation? What might you not have been seeing? And I'm just going to give you a few minutes to think about this. Okay, let's move to the next slide. I'm going to end with this 2-minute video by a woman named Catherine Schultz, who wrote a book called On Being Wrong. She calls herself a wrongologist. So you can play it now, please. Oop. Can we get sound? It works when we did it before service. I know. Don't you love when that happens?
The first thing we usually do.
Here we go. Thank you.
Think for a moment about what it means to feel right. It means that you think that your beliefs just perfectly reflect reality. And when you feel that way, you've got a problem to solve, which is, how are you going to explain all of those people who disagree with you? It turns out most of us explain those people the same way, by resorting to a series of unfortunate assumptions. The first thing we usually do when someone disagrees with us is we just assume they're ignorant. They don't have access to the same information that we do, and when we generously share that information with them, they're going to see the light and come on over to our team. When that doesn't work, then we move on to a second assumption, which is that they're idiots. They have all the right pieces of the puzzle, and they are too moronic to put them together correctly. And when that doesn't work, then we move on to a third assumption. They know the truth, and they are deliberately distorting it for their own malevolent purposes. This attachment to our own rightness causes us to treat each other terribly. But you know, to me, what's most baffling and most tragic about this is that it misses the whole point of being human. The miracle of your mind isn't that you can see the world as it is. It's that you can see the world as it isn't. We can remember the past, and we can think about the future. And we can imagine what it's like to be some other person in some other place. And we all do this a little differently, which is why we can all look up at the same night sky and see this, and also this, and also this. And yeah, you know, it is also why we get things wrong. If you really want to rediscover wonder, you need to step outside of that tiny, terrified space of rightness and look around at each other and look out at the vastness and complexity and mystery of the universe and be able to say, wow, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
So I'm going to do something impromptu now, and I promised myself I wouldn't go off script, but too bad. I just want to say, because I've taken this personal journey of being very certain when I started all this in 2017 to really feeling almost like I had my DNA changed by the process. And it makes you wobbly. It's because everything I thought I believed was put into question, but I really want to be a beacon because it's such a better way to live. It's not just about politics. It's about relationships. It's about the workplace. It's about our families. And it's just the best. So I'm advocating for the process. Next slide, please. So I want to thank you so much for coming. Very, very much. And I will be around at 11:30. They have like a coffee social. So I'll be around, and please come talk to me. And thank you so much again for coming.
I'm going to do the prayer. So thank you so much, Marla. What a wonderful, let's give her another round of applause. She's wonderful. Thank you. for not just giving us a wonderful talk, lesson, but embodying everything that you say. You're in alignment with your being. That's so beautiful to witness. Thank you. All right, let's pray together. So we turn aside once again from the outer world, and knowing that everything that we've heard up till now has simply been the means by which God has talked to God and God has listened to God. And I know there's only one power, one presence, one life. It is the life that I am. And the life that I am and the life that we are is divinely intelligent and open at the top. There is no limit to what we can know. There is no limit to the possibilities that we express and represent. And I speak my word for this beloved community, knowing that each one here has been touched in a beautiful way by the message this morning from Marla, knowing that each one here has been expanded and transformed by the renewing of their minds, by the new awareness that is now filtering in and changing everything. The way we think, the way we feel, the way we see life, the way we perceive other people, everything is being transformed right now. So I bless each one here and know that wherever there might seem to be scarcity, in truth, abundance is the very nature of their being. In truth, abundance is the divine flow that is everywhere present. Any kind of conflict. I know for each one here that love is the only reality with a capital R, that love is the only reality that is the very basis of every relationship. So what seems to be conflict or what seems to be otherness is really love trying to find its way to be seen and to be expressed. And where there seems to be any sense of ill health or pain or disease or difficulty with moving around, any pain of any kind, I know too that wholeness is the nature of our beings, that we are divinely whole creatures, that we have been made in the image and likeness of God. We have been made with a perfect body temple, and that body temple is in divine alignment right now. The divine intelligence of every single cell of our being works in perfect harmony with every other cell. It is the same exactly as the people on the planet. We are all cells in the divine intelligence, and we work in perfect harmony with every other cell upon the planet. That's the truth of our nature. And I bless this beloved community and know that we move forward together from glory to greater glory, that there is something unfolding here this day that could only have happened because we were here. A message of truth and love that wants to express and reveal itself through and as each of us uniquely, beautifully, perfectly, and well. I give grateful thanks for this knowing, and I release the word into law and let it be. And so it is. Amen. Thank you.
We're going to play a song that I played here 32 years ago. It's the first church I had ever played, and I played it then, and it's still an important message now. It's written by Libby Roderick, who went around the country teaching women's empowerment workshops.
How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful. How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than whole? How could anyone fail to notice that your loving is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul.
That really was the perfect song. Thank you so much. Beautiful. All right, it's time for our tithes and offerings, and I'm going to ask our ushers to come forward. We're deeply grateful for your financial support. If you wish to put your offering in an envelope, you will find them at the end of the row in the purple chairs. If you're a regular online giver, thank you, and please feel free to just bless the basket as you receive it. You're also welcome to get a plastic Benjamin and put that in the basket with your blessing. You can find the plastic Benjamins on the table as you walk through the main doors. And we invite our online viewers to make a donation on our website, www.cslroguevalley.org. And so I invite you now to all repeat our giving affirmation. Do we have it on the screen? Great, thank you. So, graciously I give from a place of love, knowing that as I give, so do I richly receive. And so it is.
Shankara Sundara Hara Shashi Shekhara 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 Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Om Namah Shivaya Shiva Om Namah Shiva Om Namah Shiva Om Namah.
Thank you. All right, so now it's time for our announcements. First of all, I'd like to call up Lauren. She's going to talk to you about the conference that's coming up soon.
Good morning, everybody. What a beautiful service and what a blessing to be able to be here today with you all. My name is Lauren Trantham. I'm the executive director and founder of Disruptors.org. We're a local anti-trafficking organization. And while we do have a summit coming up next week, we have posters, and I know CSL is going to have a table, and so some of you will be in attendance. We're going to be talking about human trafficking and how it happens in the Valley. I also wanted to share a little bit about what else we do. And I have been working in anti-human trafficking for 10 years now, and something that I've come to understand is that it's not just rescue or even escape. People who are trapped in a life of trafficking, once they are able to get out, that's where the work really begins. And so we have been supporting survivors who have managed to start to rebuild a life, but are still running into obstacles at every turn. And so we have an emergency fund where we help survivors up to $300. And we have an intake form online, and I want to share a couple of messages with y'all that we received just in the last 2 days. So 2 of these messages came in on Friday and 1 came in yesterday, just to give you guys an understanding of what it is that survivors who have escaped are still dealing with. Recently laid off and don't have enough funds for food. $150 would give me and my 12-year-old son enough food for a week. That's her request. Next one. I rebuilt my life after surviving trafficking. I got my own apartment, cleared my record, and after having to wait 10 years, I started law school and I found a job. My former trafficker was released, however, from prison this year and found me at my job, and I had to run away. I did call the police, but he was not found. I was way too afraid to return to work. I became super depressed and fell behind on rent due to not having a job. I've just found a new job, and I'm working really hard to catch up on my rent. I really, really need help paying my rent this month. And the one that came in yesterday. I'm a survivor who is in need of help with transportation, as I need help getting to doctor's appointments but can't drive due to said medical issues. I need to Uber to my appointments, and I'm out of money for the month. And so this is just an idea. We have these coming in every single day of survivors across the country. So if you're interested in, like Reverend Stephanie said, in believing in an abundant world, I do. I know that we will meet these needs, but if any of you are interested in being a part of that solution, please come talk to me, and we hope to see you at the summit next week, May 7th and 8th in Ashland. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. I'd also like to call up DeLacy to talk to us about the next Gourmet for God event. While she's coming up to the stage, let me just remind you that Marla has a meeting every third Wednesday of the month at Ashland Rogue Valley Metaphysical Library about building bridges, right? And the next one is going to be May the 20th. So put that down in your calendars so that you can come and be with Marla and learn more about this wonderful way of perceiving reality. Thank you.
So we all had a blast at bingo, right? Who all was at bingo? Raise your hand. So who all had a blast at bingo? Let's hear it. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So our next event is going to be, we're going to be celebrating mothers. And so if you are a mother or you have a mother, you can come. And if your mother cannot be here physically with you, we're actually going to have an altar set up for those mothers. I know my mother is no longer with me physically, and so I will be placing her picture on our altar. And my kids aren't here to be with me, and so I'm going to celebrate me, and I want to celebrate you too. So come be with us. We do have the sign up today out, and if you are not registered, you can do that. We'll be out there registering people for all these fun events, because we have some really fun stuff coming up. And then also, if you're interested in hosting in any way, there's proposal sheets on the table. We're over at the end of the food. And then also, if you are just interested, maybe you don't want to host or you don't want to put on a whole event, but you want to be involved some way because it's so much fun, we have just a really short form that you can fill out saying, how do you want to help and be involved? So anyway, but hopefully we'll all be involved and have a blast. So thanks, guys. Oh, of course, yes, men are invited. It is not just for women, because men have moms. Bring your moms. Oh, and daughters. You know, what a beautiful time to celebrate your daughters too, that are mothers, and or if you're the mom or whatever, you know what I mean? Just come. It's awesome. It'll be, oh, and we're going to transform it. It's going to be in the sanctuary here. It's going to be, we're going to have white linen and tiered stuff and real teapots, and it's just going to be beautiful. Oh.
All right, the rest of the announcements. Okay, here we go. So we have drumming circle after service today. Men's group is tomorrow, Monday at 11 o'clock. The Tai Chi, poetry, and spiritual practice and miracle makers all meet this week at their regular times. Today there will be a free radical forgiveness workshop with Kathy Green from 12:30 until 2 o'clock. An intensive follow-up workshop will be held Saturday, May the 2nd from 10 to 4 p.m. Both workshops are in Bosworth Hall. So DeLacy just gave the announcement, the Celebrate Mother's Tea Party, the registration opens today and it's for May the 9th. So be sure to sign up. It's limited to 30 people. I don't know if DeLacy mentioned that. 30 people only, so make sure you sign up today. Michael Sunday, as many of you know, has now retired from our food ministry, and we're now looking for volunteers to help keep it going. So if you're able to bring food on a Sunday, please sign up at Bosworth Hall. Thank you to our board for hosting the first Gourmets for God, the bingo event. It was a great success, and we appreciate DeLacy and all the Gourmet for God planning committee and getting people registered. And also a heartfelt thank you to Ellen Michaels and Anita Streetman for helping with kitchen cleanup after our bingo and bites. We also extend our thanks to those who helped remove and haul away the old refrigerator and to those who brought in the new one. Sherry Davis, a longtime CSL practitioner and an incredible teacher, practitioner, and friend, made her transition on March the 2nd, 2026. Her celebration of life will be held on Friday, May the 1st at 2 o'clock in the Hope Presbyterian Church in Rogue River. All are welcome to attend. You can check on all our scheduled events on the calendar page of our website, cslroguevalley.org, and sign up for our weekly e-newsletter here in Bosworth Hall on our website, or email us at cslroguevalley@gmail.com. There's also a sign-up sheet for name tags in Bosworth Hall near the back door. The one prayer box is in the back of the sanctuary. It's for CSL and Unity. You will find prayer request forms in the rack underneath our purple chairs or at the back of the sanctuary. I think that's the last announcement. So I'd like to now ask the practitioners to come up to the front, and please come for your 5-minute miracle. Have we got practitioners here today? Yep, Kathy's here. I know Lauren's here, Laura's here, Carol's here, fantastic. So these wonderful beings, I think you all know them by now, but I know we've got some newcomers today. So they're called spiritual practitioners. They are licensed spiritual counselors. And what they do is pray. And if you have anything on your heart, doesn't have to be a problem. It can be something that's going really well and you want it to go even better. You can come and ask them for a prayer. And we call it a 5-minute miracle. Because if you ask someone for a prayer, and they pray with you to know the truth about you and your situation, you can walk out of here with a miracle, with a solution already in place. So take advantage of them. They're here to serve you. All right. Let's see. And if you want privacy, do you say privacy or privacy? You say privacy, right? Sometimes I say privacy and people laugh at me. So, I meant to say there's no charge for these prayers, and anything that you want to pray about is good material for prayer. Don't leave here burdened. If you want privacy, then the practitioner will take you to either Reverend Kimberly's office or a private place, so you don't have to be worried that what you're asking a prayer about is being heard by anybody else. Also welcome to write your prayer request by the box at the back of the sanctuary. Put it in the box, and our practitioners will pray with you for 1 week. At the end of the month, all the prayers that we receive are sent to Silent Unity, the prayer arm of the worldwide unity movement, and they will continue to receive prayer. So we're done. All right, let's get together and pray us out. I'll just pray from here, and then we'll do our closing song. Condition of the bathroom, I haven't had an update. I don't know. Terry, is Terry here? I did hear that the...
We will be working on it after service. We have to get on the roof, and the ladder's behind you.
Okay. So that means the bathrooms are still closed?
Yes, but we will be,
Closed. Okay. Sorry, guys. They'll be closed, so don't drink too much coffee. All right. So I give thanks for everything that has transpired here this day. I give thanks for the healing of all of our plumbing. I give thanks for the precious presence of everybody here, and I know that going forward into this week, that miracles are abounding in, around, and through every sacred soul. Know that this divine life is having its way, and everything is transformed, and so it is. Amen.
And it's the 4th Sunday, so we'll be singing the peace song today. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.